Welcome to this lesson, and today we are still continuing with the greetings, and we shall focus much about greeting by pet names. In the previous lesson, we mostly looked at general greeting, where we use words like osibirota, oreirota, or irirota, because when using those words, you may not really need to use even pet names. For this time, we are going to focus on pet names, and I am sure by the end of this lesson, you will have learned how to greet by pet names, and you have owned one. As I had also told you that pet names are highly respected in our culture. Apart from a few people, because of religious reasons, they chose to do away with the pet names. But pet names are highly respected in our culture. Again, I told you before that there are 12 pet names. There are mostly 11, but one, which is the 12th, is for the king. And therefore it is always reserved for the king. And the most common pet names are Akiki, Amoti, Adieri, Abwoli, Apuli, Atuoki, Arali, Achali, and very many others. And for the king is Okali. So there are 11. So the 12th one is for the king. And these are the most common pet names we use. And we have pet names like Apuli, Achali, Arali, Abala. Those ones are mostly for only men, and the rest are for any sex. And Amoti is also always considered to be for the king. So we do believe that Amoti is also a pet name for the king. However much it can also be given to any other person. So when you go to somebody that you don't know pet name, the first thing is to ask for their pet name, Empaako yabo, and then you say Empaako yawe niyo eha. Empaako yawe niyo eha. Then he or she will respond by saying Empaako yange niyo Amoti. Kandi eyawe. Empaako yange niyo Amoti. My pet name is Amoti. And he or she may ask you yours and says Kandi eyawe, and then you tell him yours, maybe Apuoli or Apuli. So after knowing his or her pet name, you started the greeting. You say Osibire ota Amoti. Osibire ota Amoti. That is good evening Amoti. Or you can say Oreire ota Amoti. Oreire ota Amoti is good morning Amoti. Or you could say Oiriro ota Amoti. Oiriro ota Amoti is good evening Amoti. Or if you don't want to use all those words, Osibira ota, Oreire ota, you can only say ota Amoti. Ota Amoti. Ota is always a general. It is used anytime. You don't have to be in the morning or in the evening. Ota Amoti is how are you Amoti. Ota Amoti. Okay, a simple practice. I will come for the first time and say Empaako yawe. Empaako yawe. And you respond by saying Empaako yange niyo Amoti or Apuli. Any of your choice. Empaako yange niyo Amoti. Then I can greet you and say Osibire ota Amoti. And then you ask me Kandi eyawe niyo eha. Kandi eyawe niyo eha. Then I will tell you my pet name. Eyange niyo Adieri. Eyange niyo Adieri. And then you say Osibire ota Adieri. Then after greeting by pet names, the conversation can go on and ask you Abomuka bali bata. Abomuka bali bata. Like how are the people at home? Abomuka bali bata. How are the people at home? And then you respond by saying Vali kurungi. You can say Vali kurungi, or you can say Abomuka Vali kurungi if you want to make it a complete sentence. You can also ask me like Abawe Vali Vata. How are yours? Abawe Vali Vata. And they also tell you how they are. If they are fine, I can say Vali kurungi. Vali kurungi. Vali is they are, kurungi fine. They are fine. So in simple terms, that's how we greet by pet names. We told the pet names are called Empaako, and they are 12, but 11 are given to the subordinates. One is always reserved for the king, which is Okali. Okali is for the king, so no one owns it according to our culture. And when you are greeting, as I had told you, that by pet names, in most cases, women kneel down to greet the elders, and children kneel down when they are greeting elders. And if, for example, I'm 18, if I want to greet my dad by pet name, I can still bend. I cannot just stand up and say, hey, hey, no. So that is all. When we meet next time, we shall learn on how to introduce ourselves, how can you introduce yourself, and how can you introduce others when you visit someone. All the best. I see you in the next lesson.